The question: After hours, everything burns. Do y'all believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I don't think it's impossible for them to exist. Maybe spirits, but I don't know about like ghost like figures. I don't know. I've never like I don't know. Maybe I didn't see a ghost, so I don't know. Maybe.
But you got to think, you see all these scary movies, all these Halloween stuff, all of something, all everything has to do with ghosts. There has to be some truth to it.
I've seen a ghost.
Because you hear a rumor so many times, there's got to be
have.
some type of truth to it. So
I swear, like one time I've been living on South Allen Drive in North Charleston, South Carolina. Real talk. All right, right by the corner store. I can't remember the house number, but I guess that's a good thing. But I've
Would
been
I lie?
sleeping. No, I've been like 14, 15, something like that. I've been sleeping on the couch, right? And when I open my eyes, I swear I see somebody walking through, and I even a female, even like a figure, like it's a female,
Silhouette.
yeah, a figure walking through, and I've been like, and when I see him like walking, like towards like the hallway, towards the bedrooms, I was like, I start like calling the name, and I've been like, everybody naming the house, I've been like, call my brother name, call my two sisters name, call my old lady name, motherfucker, just keep walking. And I've been like, oh shit. And I put the cover over my head, and I just been
like
like,
that's gonna
yo,
save you.
Were you
please don't
afraid?
I ain't take that cover. I put that cover over my head till like going to sleep. Till like going back to sleep. I swear I've been scared. And then I wake up the next morning and I asked them boy, and I said, hey yo, which one of y'all been walking through this morning? The one been like last night, the one been like, what? The one said, I ain't walked through nothing, I've been sleeping. The one been like, I said, yo, somebody walked through here, and the one been like, no. And then when the old lady, I tell the old lady whatever, she said, no, I ain't walked through either. I've been like, that junk went crazy, like I've been scared. So she be like, and the old lady blame me, but like, no, that's why you need to sleep in your bed. I be like, like, damn, all right, victim blaming and shit. Like, all right, at the earliest, we find us. So I be like, all right, cool. So next thing you know, I come home from school the next day. I walk to the, walking home. I see the old lady at the neighbor house. She telling the neighbor about. She said, yeah, and he said he see somebody walking through last night or whatever, some figure. And I tell him, ain't nobody wake up like them trying like to say they see things, and the lady been like, they say, oh, for real? Been like, I said, yo, for real, like before y'all had lived there, you been somebody that had lived there, and you been a dude, and he used to I think he been a girl, and she used to like ride. She used to live there, and she used to ride her bike to work and stuff, and she used to always ride across the train tracks. And one day she'd leave for work, and she said, all right, y'all, see ya. And then she leave for work on the bike, and then when she come back, no, she ain't come back. Like when she leave, all of a sudden we hear like the train honking the horn and all of this, and then next thing you know we see the ambulance and all this, and she get hit by that train, and then the next day that bike been back on that porch, and that's just it. Like the bike been there, and then next thing you know the landlord come through like a month later, clean them out, then y'all move in, and the bike gone, and I've been like. So who bring the bike back? They've been like, they say, I don't know, but I telling you, all I know is like, girl used to live there, and she used to ride that bike every day to work, and I've been like, yo, that's crazy, dog. So I've been thinking, so I guess she been saying like, that's been the girl I see just walking through the house to the room or whatever. I've been like, yo, like,
You were calling it names.
I've been scared, boy. I've been scared as fuck. After that day. Hey, I've been like, I said, yo, I sleeping in my room. I don't care what happened. Unless,
did you share a room?
Yeah, me and Bleak. I've been like, I said, yo, and then after that, like the next month, Bleak leaves to go to the military, to go to the army. So I in the room like, hey, man, we need to move. Like for real, like we need to get up out of here.
That's
like,
how I felt when we lived at that house in Martinsburg. That's exactly how
John
I
Street
felt.
house? That house was freaking haunted, bro.
That's how I felt. Ever since you started making jokes about that basement, I wanted to leave.
No, that basement been crazy.
Haunted.
Every time I used to go in that basement, I used to feel something, but I always used to be like,
and you run up the stairs
fuck?
like you felt like
no, I never run up no fucking stairs. I used to just
walk up
no,
because
like I ain't gonna lie. For me, if I feel like something around me and I like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, I want to know. I want to be like, yo, what is this?
Disclaimer.
Especially if ain't nothing around.
The house they lived in
So, like,
West Virginia.
I
lived
mean
there.
an entity.
Yeah.
Moved out.
Yeah,
They
I
moved
know.
in after I moved out. The house was haunted.
And then you just happened to live in the area at the same time. It was
Yeah,
him.
that's so weird.
It was
What?
him.
It
He's
was
the reason
me?
the house was haunted.
No,
I
okay.
don't know the reason.
So that house, DJ would literally tell me he would see a little boy in his room. Like he said, he was
Which
underneath
room?
the one at the front, like the
When
front.
the connected rooms?
Yes,
The first
the
one?
very not the one you walk in. You
The
got to
one that
walk
had
through
the
the room.
wasp in the junior room.
Yes.
Mm.
They
No,
had-
Junior had the middle room. Y'all had
No,
Junior had the glass room. No,
The
Junior
one
had the
you
middle
had to
room.
walk through.
Yeah,
Yes.
Junior had that room
And
with
then
the
we
bunk
had the
bed,
next
and y'all
one.
had the one with the glass.
Yeah, so
Because
DJ
Y'all-
was
he
in.
had the wasp
Yeah,
on her
yeah,
side.
I know.
DJ was in that room. He was playing. He said, I was playing up underneath my bed. And he's like, I looked up and he saw, like, you know how you look, you on top of the bed and you look under?
Yeah.
He said he looked up because he's under the bed playing with his cars or whatever. He looked up and he saw something like facing down at him. He's like, oh, I
Oh my
thought,
God.
he said, I thought that you had, one of the neighbors or whatever kid come over and play. I thought it was somebody for me to play with. He was like, and then when I got out from underneath my bed, there was nothing there. And then he tells me that the little boy, it's a little boy, likes watching me while I sleep. He said, I'll wake up and I'll go to the bathroom and he's standing at the bottom of your bed. And DJ was littler than, he was like 7, 8 maybe. And he was like, he watches you sleep. And I'm like, okay. And one time, none of the kids were home. Nobody was home but me. I'm laying in bed. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I look over at my water bottle, had water in there. My water bottle was doing this on my nightstand. I ran out of my house, out on my porch. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm just sitting on my porch. No kids is home, just me. And my son's dad started walking down the street. And he's like, oh, what up? What you doing up so late? I was like, oh, just chilling or whatever. And he's looking in my window. He's like, yo, who's in your house? And I'm like, nobody's in my house.
Oh, no.
And he was like, I was like, nobody's in my house. Why? He was like, yo, I just saw a shadow walk past your door. And I'm like, yo, quit fucking playing with me. That's why I'm sitting outside right now because of crazy shit going on in my room. That's why I'm sitting outside right now, bro. And he was like, dog, he was like, yo, I'm out. And he just started walking down the street and left. But he's like, yo, who's in your house right now? I seen a shadow. No, nobody's in my house. The house on John Street.
This is why I don't
What you
watch
did?
scary
You going back in there and going to sleep?
Eventually. I was tired. But I was scared. I saw what all my lights on.
Watching you, the
All
boys
my
say,
lights
yeah,
was on.
take your ass to sleep.
That's what I would
right
do
here.
too. All my lights would be on.
I was scared.
And I'll be in the living room on the couch
And I
by
had
the
a
front
cat in
door.
there. I had a cat in there. The cat would randomly start flipping out of nowhere.
Here you go. I'm scared.
Like that
now.
house,
this is
like
why
that
I
house
don't do
was
this.
so haunted.
This is why This is
You
why I
scared.
don't watch. This is why I don't watch this stuff. I don't watch anything that's gonna make me scared.
Don't wake
When I
up
was
tonight.
12,
Don't start, please.
Don't
when I
wake
was
up
12,
tonight.
I lived in a house with a mimic. Like I
The one that
remember,
would say stuff and
like sound like somebody you know. Like I was in the
Bro,
house.
when I was younger, I used to always hear somebody call my name, and I would be like, "We want
Oh,
mom?" She's like,
please.
"I call you," and I'm like,
Yes.
So
So
what used to happen when I was younger?
when I was 12, I was home by myself, and I
Stop
heard
that,
my
for
brother.
real, you're about to make
I
that,
heard my brother
for real.
calling my name. I didn't know I was home by myself. I thought my brother was up in his room or something. I heard my brother calling my name. And I was like, what, Joey? And I just hear, Kristen. And sis. And I'm like, what? So I go and I'm walking up the hallway and I hear breathing. Just,
Oh my God! Stop! I don't even. Want to
I
talk about
swear,
I'm
this
gonna
is
go.
real
Like,
life
I don't want to
stuff. And I'm like, I walk, there's nobody in the house, but it was only in the
Fine.
stairway. I'd
You
be
in
in the
there with a bunch of
stairway and I
people.
would hold my breath because I thought it was me breathing
You
real
think you
hard.
ain't gonna wake up with something
And-
happen to you?
Literally,
I don't
all I
care.
hear is,
What if you wake up and we can't wake up and you like, Dad, God, Brandon, everybody, what y'all doing? And we just sitting there sleeping, rolling over,
No,
and you
I'm the
like,
ghost. I'm the ghost now. No, I don't
But
like
then,
this. I don't like any of this.
that same mimic
like conjuring shit.
was calling my brother's name when I wasn't home. My brother was like, yeah, I got home from school and I forgot that you wasn't home and I heard you calling my name. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't home. He was
I'd rather
looked
be a
all,
ghost than a
he said
mimic.
he looked
Like,
all over the house for me, even in the attic.
You be a ghost
Thought I
when
was
they're done
playing
with your
around with
ass.
I'd rather be a ghost than a mimic because now I'm thinking, no, because I would, if someone was calling me, I would just text them. That's what I do. That's what I do now. I'd rather hear the house settling than someone calling my name.
What if somebody call your phone when you sitting up there in your room by yourself and then you answer and they be like, who's this number? And then them boy be like,
Oh my God, kill me. I just said just do it. Like, don't even make me turn around, bro.
I don't know.
You-
When I-
you
when
can
I
turn
get
around?
scared, When I get
You
scared,
can turn
I
around?
just be like,
What you do? You just run out the
like,
room.
I'm just.
The boy be like, ain't nobody can believe you though. The boy be like, what you see? You
I'm
can
just
be like,
gonna-
I just ran.
No, I'm not gonna run. I'm just gonna. They're gonna say turn around. I'm just stand there and I'm just. As soon as I hear a turn, I'm gonna just hit. I'm just gonna.
And
swing
then
behind
you could turn around and you could be like,
No,
not
but
there.
that'll distract them. At
No.
least like, oh what? Oh my god, I didn't
but that's
expect
the thing.
that. And I'll be
They
running.
can say that,
I
but
felt
they
something touching
no
my
look,
head once.
look, they ain't gonna say that, but they ain't there. And then when you turn around and,
And then
start
I
hitting,
run.
and then you look and they ain't nothing there, and
They're
you turn,
behind. They're
and
in
you
front
turn
of me.
around again, they right there. And you turn around, they right there like.
Hey,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, this
no, when I was
trick in
a
the
kid,
book.
I was laying in bed and I felt like behind my bed, I felt this.
I don't like it. Can we just talk about
When I was
something
a
else,
little
please?
kid.
It's hard for me to
This
even
is
do
what
the
I felt.
dishes because I
That's a
can't see
6.
behind me. Like I really can't.
3 of them.
Literally, I felt this on my head
That's
when I was
pretty
a kid.
That's 3
And it, you know how like your parents rub your head. When you're
you should
asleep?
shave.
No,
Yo,
I'm not
you should
shaving
shave the
nothing.
middle,
I'm not
just the
shaving
middle.
nothing.
You still have the thing. You should shave the middle, and then we should see if the 3 6s there. If something
But
drawn on them.
No, I literally felt that on my head.
Why would we do that?
And I thought it was my mom because I
Y'all
was
ain't
a
never
little
see the
kid.
movie?
Can we
Omen?
talk about something else? I don't want to.
In Omen, they had the tattoo on Damien's head, the son of the
No, it was
devil.
his birthmark.
Yeah, exactly. It was 3 6s in the order. It was like all of the like the loops on the 6, all of them been connected, but he had 6s coming out of
I
it.
don't think we should talk about this with her. I think we should go.
All right, well, let's change
What would
this.
you do
Okay.
if you woke up?
Hey, Jesus!
Thank you, Daddy.
I thought it was my mom, so
I'll
I
be like,
turned
"Go
around
ahead,
and
girl."
looked, and there was nothing
And
there.
then I'll be like, well, keep going. If you
No, it
still
didn't
there.
feel good though. That's the thing. It was like hard,
Oh, this guy.
You
like
guys
this,
do
and
you guys like
I
Star
thought it was like
Wars?
my
Do you
mom
guys
or somebody
like
because I was
Star Wars?
little.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'll be
no.
sitting there like, hey, lighten up now.
No, and
Or-
I
Hey,
looked
like,
up
no,
and
no.
it was gone.
I think
There was nothing there.
I think the worst thing would be if like the call thing you were talking about. Like if I turn, they said they're behind me, and I turn around, and I turn back around. That sounds terrifying.
I don't know. When I get scared, I get aggressive, bro. Niggas talking about I'm in your house, but see me, nigga.
No,
Scared
bro,
me.
that's not me.
You bleed like I
can't
bleed.
even
Look,
do the dishes. I
we
can't
was
even do the
literally
dishes without
in-
being scared.
We was literally in the bedroom upstairs trying to conjure a ghost.
Okay, let's just come on, because that's I'm not
All right, I
Where's the
got you.
pictures?
We let me.
Brandon,
I got a
that's
question.
what-
I got a question.
good.
We gotta think about Ouija boards.
Okay, so we're still on the topic.
Look, this is upstairs. Us upstairs
I
trying
don't
to
want
conjure
if
a
it's in the-
ghost.
I want one
I
with a
don't
couple
know.
souls on them. I want to go to a flea market, find a nice wooden one. You know, when I find them, like people be like, when I go to the counter, the boy be like, "Hey yo," I'd be like, "Yo, how much this is?" And then boy be like, "Where you find that?" And I'd be like, "Over there on the shelf."
Where'd you
Yeah,
find
and then boy be like, "I'd be like,
You
over there on the
don't
shelf."
sell that
Yeah, and my boys be like, "Well, it's $10. And then I'd be like, all right, cool. And then I take them home, you know. And then now I got like, and he, you know, some demon whatever in there come out.
See, he's starting now. Let's just go.
Yeah,
Brandon,
there we
what did you
go.
have to say?
I asked about like Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Not really.
I ain't gonna lie. The only Star Wars I've ever seen been episode 7 and 8.
Episodes? I don't know.
7 and 8, right?
Episodes of the movie.
Yeah, episodes
Oh.
7 and 8, and Rogue One.
I've never watched a full Star Wars.
Now, and the only reason
Nobody
I watched
told me
them.
them joints is like 3-4 hours
Yes,
long every episode.
And the only reason I watch them ones because I got them on a flash drive, and you know when a nigga ain't got no cable or internet or nothing, he like, yo, you gotta watch DVDs. But I got a flash drive, so I can just plug that in and watch like
That's what I
30
do on
movies.
Xbox.
So
When I
I've
used to
been-
have no Wi-Fi. I was downloading movies.
and that
on
shit been
Xbox.
on there. And after I've been done watching all of the Marvel movies I
remember
got
that
on
flash
there
drive,
and
yeah.
all of the other ones, I always been like, all right, let me just watch one of these. And I
I
watched
remember
Rogue
that
One
flash
first, and after I
drive.
watched Rogue One, I've been like, yo, that boy Darth Vader started killing them boys in the last 5 minutes,
she
and
trying
I
to
had
get this
loved
little
that
dress
shit.
on?
And then after that, I watched the other two that been on there, and I've been like, yo, they're pretty cool because I like Kylo Ren. I like that character.
Kylo Ren, his lightsaber is so hard.
Yes,
He's
I like that
amazing.
character. So like, after that, I've been like, all right, I like Kylo Ren, but I've been everybody been like, yo, he ain't in the other ones. He only in them two.
You know that.
So I've been
Fortnite
like,
is
what?
Star Wars?
I don't watch the other ones of Kylo in, and I'm like, but them boys said Darth Vader, and Darth Vader pretty badass from what I see in Rogue One at the
Oh,
end. So
yeah.
I've been like, all right, but other than that, like,
Did
I
you
know
know
Star
that?
Wars.
Did you know that Star Wars is like Fortnite is Star Wars right now? Like there's only guns from Star Wars and it's like the thing.
Yeah,
You know
I
they
think-
say
I
every
think
crossover is
you did tell me that because I don't know.
I think you did tell me about the episode you watched.
Yeah.
too, so
Did
that
you
might-
guys know that every crossover is canonical for Fortnite?
Yeah. So
Like
Star
everything
Wars-
is canon.
So
Like,
that means that Fortnite
that
is in
DC
Star Wars.
Universe crossover that they had was canon. They have a comic book franchise. Remember, Fish Sticks died in that dude. And it's also canon in the Marvel Universe. So any crossover that's in Fortnite, I'm pretty sure is
And
canon.
remember in Thor, whenever they were playing Fortnite in the living room? Oh my god.
I'm like,
yeah.
pretty
You
sure.
remember that?
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say
What,
for
which
sure.
one was that? Which-
That been
Was that no? Which
no,
one?
yeah, that been
Infinity War when they went to go get him.
no, that been
That's
in Endgame.
He was
Yeah,
back.
that when he been fat.
He was in Fortnite, yeah, I think.
That's crazy. Because if it's canon in one thing, then it's canon in the other, right?
Like almost everything can be traded back to Fortnite.
So that means that everything in Fortnite is
when
in
your
thing.
baby's hungry, and you shouldn't do when your baby's hungry.
So that means
Things
that
you
Star
shouldn't do while
Wars
your baby is
has
starving and you're waiting
K-pop
waiting
in it.
on you to feed her.
BTS in
Videos.
Star Wars are canonically.
Bro,
Connected.
Darth Vader be war farming. There is this joint where he was using the Force to pilot a TIE fighter while standing on top of it and making his cape flow with the Force while standing on top of the TIE fighter.
What has been on?
This is a comic or something. I can't remember. But no, it wasn't a comic. It was it was a movie, I can't remember. He was
Cartoon
standing
movie.
on top of a TIE fighter, controlling the TIE fighter with the Force.
Darth Vader.
Yes, bro.
Did you know that
The
that
war
means
farming
that
demon.
can't like in what is it canonically? Is that the word?
Phonetically?
No, when it's canon, like
Yeah,
it's a canon
canonically.
event. That means that if Fortnite and Star Wars are canon, that means that BTS is in Star Wars because BTS is in Fortnite.
Mm.
Smooth like butter.
Criminal undercover.
Yippee!
Oh, they got a bait purse.
Any other topics?
Who's the best Avenger?
Topics.
Best Avenger? You gonna say Iron
The
Man?
best Avenger.
Thor.
Thor.
Thanks.
Who says?
Ant-Man?
Yep.
Oh. I guess that's not funny.
Are we I'm not gonna
What's your
lie.
serious answer?
I'm real confused
I
on
guess-
who's considered an Avenger outside of like the
I'm-
main cast.
I guess I would say Thor because he's like
You talking main
actual,
cast,
like,
right?
not a suit. Like he's just
There's nobody else considered an Avenger outside of Captain America, Iron
Thor.
Man, Thor, Hulk,
Is
Black
it Black
Widow.
Widow?
America,
Hawkeye,
Spider-Man.
the Romans. We're counting Spider-Man as Avenger?
Wait, like
If
any
we
Spider-Man?
count
anything?
Spider-Man as Avenger, then we gotta.
Every-
Oh, we count
the
every-
original.
Because I think
Avengers,
Spider-Man
I
is more of a
If you
he's
count
got more
everybody that they-
Fantastic Four than
If you count
Avengers.
everybody that they say is an Avenger in the movies, in the MCU,
I don't
then-
know who's an Avenger and who
then
just
I'm-
has a movie.
then
I don't know any of that.
I'm gonna say.
But didn't
I'm
Spider-Man
gonna say
eventually
Wanda.
become an Avenger?
I don't think he ever-
Yeah, because
Wanda.
it was like,
He did.
yeah.
Because in Infinity War, when they went on the ship with Doctor Strange and they had saved him from old boy, Iron Man literally tapped him on the shoulder and say, "You're an Avenger now." And then he looked at the camera. Spider-Man looked at the camera and like, and they did the dun, dun, dun.
Sure.
And
Nobody even know who that nigga is no more.
and Hawkeye
Who?
dubbed in Age of Ultron, Hawkeye dubbed Wanda an Avenger because he said, "Hey yo, you can stay in here and hide, and we'll look for your brother. But if you walk out that door and help us, you are an Avenger."
Then she helped.
And she walked out the door and
Who?
helped them, Wanda. And then after that, and she even been an Avenger in
then I picked
in
Wanda.
Captain America: Civil War when she blew up the building and they put her on
They put her in the Avenger house.
Sokovia Accords. So she been an Avenger then. So she is an Avenger. So if you saying that, and
I'm
Thor
saying
ain't been there
Wanda.
when she been there,
I'm
but
saying Wanda.
Wanda.
I don't know anything about now. I'm just talking about the ones
The original
ones.
ones.
I guess I would say Thor. 'Cause I don't know anything about Wanda or anything. The last thing I remember, like from a movie that I actually saw her in, was whenever her and her brother at the end of a movie. I remember they were at.
So you
Well, I
never
don't know
seen
which
Doctor
one.
Strange, the
I've seen
Multiverse
stuff
of
with her.
Madness?
Matter
in
of fact-
it. I'm just saying the last thing I remember of her was. when
Matter of
she was
fact,
there.
you seen Endgame.
I remember when she was walking in the trees and
Yeah.
then she was like, she
Yeah,
got caught.
that's Doctor Strange, yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember that.
but
But I don't know what she does.
But you seen Endgame.
Yeah.
And you seen it in Infinity War.
Yes.
All right, now check this. In both of them movies, she was an Avenger. Because even Cap said
No, I'm not
And-
saying she's not. I just don't know what she does. Like I don't remember what she
she
does.
like her power is like she can control reality. She can control everything. Like she can literally disintegrate you right now. If she was standing in front of you and she didn't like you, she would just be like, and you would disintegrate into. She can roast you like literally at any given point. You know, Thanos snap.
You know what that reminds me of when you were having your interview with them, and then one of the people, I don't know which of your siblings said that they wish they can control people.
Danielle. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. After we had paused that shit, like after we had been like, yo,
No,
Pat,
that shit was.
I look at her,
funny.
I've been like, I said, hey, boy, you know you on camera, bro. You
I
are,
heard you,
you
I
are
heard
crazy. And she been like, what? Watch her. Who you talking about? Bleak? No, I talking about you. You heard
I
what
wish
you
I could
said.
control- Tammy was like, what? She wishes she could. She said she wishes she could be a better person.
Yeah, Tammy jumped been like, you just been like, Tammy just been like, she want to know everything about
Yes,
everything. So
yes.
if she got to do something, she can do it. I've been like, all right, you the regular person on the bad squad. I mean, you ain't got a bad gift.
But
He
it
just
could be
he just
used.
selfish.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's selfish. So that make you a villain because your thing ain't got nothing to do with everybody else. It's just about you. So
Well,
that's
but
selfish to me. If
No,
you-
I thought the funniest part was when Neb came up and sat on my lap after Danny talking about she want to change
Oh yeah, I
people and
heard.
everything.
And then
And she was, I was like something about she bad or something, or she's being whiny or something. And
Tammy said something.
so I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
don't do that because Auntie Danny gonna change you.
I said, damn, yeah, you get him on that one.
That was good.
Yeah, I wish we could have hooked all three up, but they only that's the one that hook them to iPhone. You put that inside the other one.
What was the question y'all asked them? What power would you have if you could have one?
Yeah, it said if you can have a superpower, what would it be and what would your name be?
If I could have a superpower, I would want to be able to copy other superpowers.
Oh, okay. But what if you're the only one with a
some Sang
superpower?
Chun shit. Yeah,
But what
I
if
got
you're
you,
the only
yeah.
one with a superpower?
I'm just a regular nigga, but until there's this nigga with a superpower,
True.
when somebody come up with a superpower, I'm a worthy opponent. I'm gonna whoop his ass.
I
That's a good ass. That's a good ass answer, dog. All right.
That
Like,
is
tell
good, 'cause
you
if
him.
you're the only
Yeah.
one with one, then you're kind of a target, and you won't even know you have a superpower until someone else does. You're the mimic.
What's your name?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Mimic.
Mimic.
You can't mimic nothing if ain't nobody else out there.
The goat.
To be-
The goat?
My
Was
Instagram
it the
handle
goat?
is gonna be mine.
Was it the goat?
Nobody asked me what that one.
This generation makes superheroes, bro. That's gonna be Instagram.
Hey, that boy be waiting for somebody to be like, "Yo, I can fly," and you be like, "No, I can fly."
I don't know what I'd be.
Every time I steal a power, that must be like,
Yo, you dirty,
Like,
boy.
bruh.
Hey, guess what?
Just walk off.
You are dubbed a super villain.
you
Thank
are a
you.
villain at that
Villain.
point. You are.
Go ahead,
I
Carmen.
honestly wouldn't be.
No,
I
you a
wouldn't
villain.
mind-
No, you a
I wouldn't
villain,
mind
bro.
being a villain. I would not mind being
No,
a villain.
you don't have to mind because you are
Yes,
a villain.
that is a villain answer.
Okay, how about the Carmen? You still thinking?
I'd be
Yeah.
better than
All right.
I'd be better than Taskmaster.
Hey, Kibby.
too, bro.
Give me your answer.
Read minds.
You'd be able to read
I
minds.
don't want to
I
read.
wanna
Why?
read minds. To know what someone's thinking. So if I know somebody's about to commit a crime, I want to stop it before it happens. You know?
That's true.
That's the only reason.
I mean, not the only reason. I still
What
want to
else
be
you
able to read minds.
If I'm being honest, if I chose read minds, it would be to know what people think about me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to
Yeah.
know what people think
If
about
you're
me.
gonna pick read
Yeah.
minds, you
Or if
might
I
as well
see
just
like
do,
something
knowing
is
the
bothering
answers.
you,
You should do.
you know, and like, you know, like something's bothering him, but I don't want to
A
badger
villain.
you
You're a
and
villain.
question you. So I'm gonna be like, look,
Now the truth coming out, America.
You're a villain.
no,
Hey, yo, check
with
this
my
YouTube.
with my Charles.
Hey, YouTube, check this.
Professor X.
Knowing what's good.
Hey, YouTube.
I want to read
So that I
mine.
can be
YouTube,
like,
check this.
But like, I feel like that's not good.
Villain.
Then I'm gonna be.
That's not a
Yeah, I'm
villain.
gonna be
Villain.
talking that thing.
Hey.
How is that a villain? How is that a
Well,
villain? If I
I'm
can see
sorry.
something bad on somebody's mind and I can try to change that, like, hey, they about to commit a crime. Okay, so if I know they're about to commit a crime,
We believe
I'm
you.
gonna make sure it stops before it happens.
Actually,
How is that a villain?
we don't believe you. You
Whatever.
need more people.
On
you, Karma.
If I could have any superpower, it would be honestly, sadly, I think I would say to like, no, I can't. I don't know. I was gonna say to know what happens in the future, but I feel like then I could be like, they're gonna once they know, then I'm gonna be some type of guinea pig because then they're just gonna lock me up and make me tell what's gonna happen. And maybe that's selfish, but I don't want to do that. So maybe I'm kind of agreeing with Danielle right now.
The criminal is just seeping through.
I was
They're
gonna say
trying to hold back
You
the
know, what
criminal.
would
Go
you
ahead.
do?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Hold on.
Honestly, I was gonna say I don't want to say what she said, but I agree. Like, I probably would want to be able to manipulate people. I think that would be a good superpower to have. But at the same time, if you would have given me that superpower 10 years ago when I was 11, that probably wouldn't be a good superpower to have. So maybe not. I don't know.
I'm going to make my dad take me to get ice
Yeah,
cream.
like, I don't think that would be a good one to have. So I don't think I'd want that, but that would be.
What is it though? And we want that name.
I would want to be able to copy things, you know? Like, if I wanted, like, if money was in front of me, I could copy it. I think that would be cool. And I couldn't really, I think that would be cool. That's what I want. Villain. I don't care. I want to be able to copy things. I want to be able to tell them. I want to be like, hey, I could have wanted 2 chicken sandwiches. I want to buy one, and that's what I
Hey, you
buy.
too, if you can't make this shit up, man, I told y'all, everybody
What would
in the
you do?
world
Nah,
so far is a
before we
villain.
go any further, what would you do?
You would just buy 2 chicken sandwiches.
What? Before we go any further, what would I do?
What do you want your superpower to be?
I
And why?
already told y'all.
What?
I already told y'all.
Well, tell
I
us
want
now.
to be invulnerable. I want
Villain.
to be. No. I want to be immortal. I want to be that guy that can go in there in a any burning building. I ain't got to be a firefighter. Mike, my bad.
You wanna
Mike,
be immortal?
anonymous, Mike Burns, whatever. Yo, I want to be invulnerable. I want to be that person that can go into a burning building and save everybody.
But
I
do
want
you
to be the
wanna-
person that can go
Listen.
into a firefight and save anybody. If I am vulnerable, I can do all of that.
Invulnerable?
Saving people. I ain't doing nothing for
So
myself.
you want to be Deadpool?
No, listen.
No.
So you want to be able to go into a fire. You're not, like, you want to be immune and immortal? Like, you want to just be invulnerable?
No,
Wait, I'm
I
asking what does invulnerable mean?
I just want to be invulnerable. I ain't
So
gotta
you
be.
can't
I ain't
get-
gotta be immortal. I ain't gotta live forever.
So you can't get, like, injured if you go into the fire.
I can't get injured
okay,
at all.
so you can't really even die
Yeah,
then
that's
until
not-
you're because your organs can't fail if you don't have, like, if the
Thank
pollution
you.
doesn't affect you. So
Thank
I guess
you.
you are
I'll take
immortal.
that. So there we go. I am the only superhero, and the rest of you are villains.
So
I am
want 2
taking-
chicken
I
sandwiches,
taken
guys.
all of them boy out.
Okay.
Everybody. If you a villain when I ask you this question, if you come on this show, I guarantee you from now on, when you
Wait,
come on this
so
show, this is my
Brandon's
number.
too.
This is a question I will ask you. So you better be prepared for it.
Oh,
And don't try to lie. What?
Taking your power, bro. We're
Brandon
gonna
has it too then.
be in a
It's the same thing.
stalemate.
No. We were saying
He wants to copy other people's powers. So
Exactly.
he has
So I'm
See,
confident we're gonna be at a stalemate.
villain,
Oh.
villain. But he
You know what
can
I'm
use
gonna do?
it.
I'm gonna be petty too. Since it's a stalemate, I'm gonna keep it there so you can't say nobody. Everybody gonna die.
Villain. Y'all see that? See, look
Oh,
at me. I trying to save lives. He out there like, oh, I'm the copycat killer. Yo, get out of here, man. That name already taken, bro. You gotta come up with a real name is again.
The goat. I told you about
The goat. Oh, yeah, my bad. The goat. Yeah,
You know
hey.
what? If I would have
That's
chose,
messed
if
up, bro.
I
You
could have
dead.
chose
You done,
know what
bro.
happens in
That's
the
messed
future,
up.
if I could have chose know what happens in the future, I would have been Switzerland. I literally could have been like, dang, someone's gonna have this power where nothing can happen to them, and someone's gonna copy it, and I'm just gonna sit here. That's exactly what it would be.
Then
I just warned
Then
around.
right now-
Selfish. Not even worried
But
about
I'm
the
going
rest
to
of
read
the
your
world.
mind. But I'm going to read your mind, and I'll be able to know what happens
And you know
because
what
I
I'm gonna
read
do?
your mind.
Villain.
Villain.
gonna make a copy.
Villain's
What?
connecting. Go keep going.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
saying
I
because
ain't
you're
gonna
not
lie.
going to reward him, so I read your mind and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, somebody about to copy you from saving these kids."
I'm
So
gonna
what we gonna
copy
do?
it.
We gotta
You know what I'm
brainstorm.
gonna do?
Now they won't.
No,
now they
no,
won't join
forget
my
that.
squad.
No,
Now
not
they
everybody's
will be
a
heroes
villain.
with
I'm
me.
gonna start copying
Why does
things.
everyone got to be a
No.
villain in his book except for him?
You know what?
Hey,
you know what?
ask
I'll be a
everybody.
villain.
Look at y'all powers
Listen,
and everything
listen.
y'all said.
To
Listen,
read
listen.
minds that makes you a villain.
You know what?
No, what you
Was
gonna use your
Professor
power
X
for?
was Professor X a villain?
No,
Listen,
you were
bruh.
yes.
Oh, all right.
You were
Listen.
more. No, he even a villain, but he had he had fucked up ways of doing things, and you didn't even profess X in your theory. Your theory, but you tried to sweeten it up, and then as soon as Karma said something, you jumped on board with heartfelt.
No.
Yeah, I want to know this and I want to know that.
Listen.
Personal. Nothing
that
about
has
what I
nothing
said
to
was
You know what I'm
personal.
gonna do? You know what I'm gonna
I'm
do?
just saving lives here.
I'm gonna be a villain too, just because Dad's attitude. Whenever I see the burning
Villains
building,
do that.
listen. When I see the burning building, I'm gonna copy it. So now there's two sets of people you gotta save, and you know who could help you?
No, you're
Women,
gonna see
but
the
you gotta
burning.
be rude
You're gonna see the
because he
burning
copied
I'm
building.
not gonna lie, I'm whooping your ass just because you talking about
Thank you.
Right, come on.
Alright.
No,
Hey, you
I got
almost there. You almost
You're gonna
there.
see that burning building before it even starts burning because you can see
I
the
Hey,
future.
hey, Winter Soldier. You almost there. You almost there,
Oh,
alright?
I'm going to copy the building just because Dad has this ego that he doesn't want Brandon to help. He's mad that Brandon copied his thing. Brandon didn't say he's going to be a villain immediately. Dad was just like,
No, I said,
Every time
Hey, go.
somebody says something,
He's-
villain.
I'm not gonna lie. He
Hey,
said
go.
you would be a villain. I said I don't mind being a
Hey,
villain.
go. Hey, go.
Go,
We
you,
willing.
you're
Hey,
going.
go. We willing to accept you. I calling you by your superhero.
You want to be a part of the
They
big
But-
calling
but
you
because-
by your regular name.
I'll be
You're a
on some
superhero,
Deadpool-ish. Call me up if you need me. I say the day once or twice.
See, there we
He'll
go.
be
He
the
on
cool
our
guy.
side.
He'll
He
be
on
the
our
cool guy,
side.
but he won't
Wait.
do much
He on our side.
Why every time somebody come up with a super power, villain?
Exactly. But,
Villain.
But he
Y'all
can't. No,
villains.
but listen, you're saying villain, but you are giving what you want to do. You want to be immune, basically, but you're giving a reason to why you want to be immune.
So if
now
there's
it's
no
good.
burning building,
I'm not
then what are you
giving a
gonna
reason.
do?
I'm not giving
no,
a
but
reason.
listen, you're saying, oh, I want to go in and save the people if there's a burning building. Not, oh, I want to be able to go in there and just, I won't get hurt. So that's all that. Like you're
So
saying,
you
the
can't
reason,
save everybody.
But I'm saying you're saying the reason, and that makes you good. Not, oh, this is the power, because the power could be, oh, I just want to not get hurt. But you're giving a reason to why you want to not get hurt, so that means you're good. I want to copy things. Maybe I can make.
That's not why I don't want to get the reason. No, see the reason why.
Guys,
Villain.
Stop.
Villain.
Let's go back.
Villain.
Back, guys. Pause. Let's go back and play the clip where Dad said, "I want to be this power because I can do this. I can do this." Okay, so that's what I thought. Maybe I want to end world hunger. Maybe I want to. I saw.
But you did. But that wasn't your
It
power.
wasn't because you already said villain before I could.
I'm gonna get to you. Before
Yeah,
do.
you won't let nobody finish about the good
Might as
things
well
they
be a
want to
villain.
do.
Might as well be a
Automatically
villain
be
if I
villain.
called one.
Hey,
Villain.
whenever y'all rewind, every time I ask somebody this question, I want y'all to sit there and count the seconds of how long I sit there and let them give their explanation before I jump in and say villain. Before I say the word villain. Count it. I bet it's longer than a minute. I bet it's longer than a
I
minute.
want to be able to copy money and food doesn't mean I just want to copy it so I can go buy Labubu's. I want to copy it so I can help the world. But you won't let me say that because I'm a villain because I want to be able to copy things.
That's
You're a villain
That's
because you
not
don't
what
want to
they
get hurt.
said.
He's a villain because he doesn't want to have scars when he goes to do stuff. That's what it is.
No.
The end.
I want to be
villain. Villain.
No.
Villain. Put that villain label over him now until the end.
It's been a good show.
Goodbye.
And this is Everything Burns. Hey, yo, it ain't about the money. It's the message.
Everything
Don't listen
burns.
to what they're saying. They villains.
Everything
Hey, yo.
burns, but he's not going to get hurt.
hurt.
Everything
burns
burns, but
except for
except
him.
for him.
I am
And
Burns.
make your own logo.
So,
Good night.
hey, Brandon.
Go.
You might be on, we got you on the list, all right? I might try to push your application through depending on the next interview. Because he might switch back to being a villain. So we ain't gonna accept.
That's 3,000 people that died. So that application better hurry up.
So you want to save the world, or you want to be a villain and not save it?
See that? Giving
Villain.
ultimatums, villain. All right, yo. I'm the only hero here. See y'all later, man.
The only
It
hero
was
that doesn't
nice.
burn. Bye.
Everything fucking burns.
Except
Open
for Dad.
thoughts.
Goodbye. The end. You're the villain here for real.
I
Villain.
am the superhero.
I can be
You
a
guys
villain,
are-
but that means you're one too. So I don't care. I don't care at all. As long as you're one, I don't care.